Countdown now. I'm going to reveal my new studio space. Are you ready? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to English Like a Native. My name is Anna English. Ta-da! And you are watching me. I'm here live in my new studio, and today I'm doing a live lesson all about celebrations, because I'm celebrating firstly being in my new home, and secondly finally being on the internet. Those of you who follow me regularly will know I've had trouble getting online for the last few weeks, and it's been a nightmare. But now I'm online, I'm able to stream live to you, and I'm really happy. So I do hope that you can see everything okay and hear everything okay. Do let me know if you have any problems. Hello to my patrons. Thank you for your patience throughout this time. Thank you for not leaving me. And thank you to everybody else who's been supporting me on Facebook and Instagram. So let's get straight on with that lesson, shall we? So I've done some notes, as always. We're going to talk about celebrating. So when we think it's time to celebrate, then we use these kinds of phrases. It's time to celebrate. Celebrate. Or you might say, hey, this is so exciting, we should celebrate. So I am now online and I'm saying to you guys, we should celebrate. I'm online, we should celebrate. It's time to celebrate. We might also say, I'm so happy, I'm going to celebrate tonight. I'm going to celebrate tonight. So we would usually shorten this to I'm going to celebrate tonight. Let's say that together. I'm going to celebrate tonight. I'm going to celebrate tonight. You might be out having a nice meal, or you might be having a party and someone will say, what's going on? And you could say, we are celebrating. Maybe you're celebrating an anniversary, or you're celebrating a birthday, or you could say we are celebrating moving into our new home, or we are celebrating our graduation. So we are celebrating, and then you would put in what it is you're celebrating. So why don't you write down for me now a sentence that starts with we are celebrating, and then put in something that you've recently celebrated. So the last celebration that you had, let's just pretend you're celebrating right now. And I want you to say, we are celebrating, or I am celebrating, and then write in the thing that you last celebrated. So I'm saying to you, hey, what are you guys celebrating? And then I want you to write that sentence. We are, or I am, celebrating, and then tell me what was the last thing you celebrated. While you're writing that for me, I'm just going to say a quick hello to my patrons. Hello, I've got a couple of you in. Hello, Dennis. Hello, Jay. It's nice to have you here again. Thank you very much. And you said, I hope you're settling down at your new home. We'd say in, settling down in, when you use these words, to settle down in. I hope you're settling down in your new home. Thank you so much. I really am. It's taking a little bit of time to get organised, but I'm definitely getting settled. Hello, Andreas. It's nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Okay, so let's have a look now and see what you guys are saying. I'm celebrating my vacation. Wonderful. Many of you now have broken up from your studies, so many of you are taking vacations or holidays, so you're celebrating your vacation. Caleb has said, I'm celebrating my graduation. Congratulations. I'm so happy that you've graduated. Well done. Mehdi has said, I'm celebrating my 3 weeks studying without a break. Congratulations, good hard work. That's what I like to hear. Miriam says, I'm going to celebrate my birthday next month. Well, happy birthday for next month. Any more? I'm celebrating... Oh, in Colombia, we were celebrating Independence Day on July the 20th. Fantastic. So that was 6 days ago. Well, happy Independence Day, or happy belated Independence Day. Belated is the word that you use when you're congratulating someone for something in the past. If you missed someone's birthday, for example, that's when we most commonly use the word belated. If you've missed somebody's birthday and you see them a few days after, you might say a belated happy birthday, or happy belated birthday. It's just saying, I realise I'm late, but I want to wish you all the best anyway. So happy belated birthday, or belated congratulations. Okay, so I celebrated my birthday on Friday of last week, says Harrison. Congratulations, happy birthday. I hope you had a wonderful celebration for your birthday. Great. I'm celebrating my master's, says Umbreen. Congratulations. Very, very difficult study when you get to doing your master's degree. So well done for getting that far. And just one more comment here. Oh no, we've got hello Anna, says Andreas. We were celebrating the Friends Day last Thursday. What is the Friends Day? And you wouldn't use the, we just say we were celebrating Friends Day last Thursday in Argentina. So Friends Day is like a special day, is it? And Gal says, hi Anna, long time no see is the phrase, Gal. Long time no see. Long time no see. Congratulations for your new apartment. Thank you. You have a good reason for celebration. Yes, I do. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go back to the notes now. So, we were celebrating. After the celebration, you could say the phrase, they celebrated in style. They celebrated in style. So you might use this if you go crazy on a party preparation. So for example, if I decided for my birthday, I wanted to have all of my friends driven around in a limousine, and we were all going to wear our best dresses, and we were going to go to the best hotel and have the most fantastic food and champagne, and maybe we would, I don't know, dance the tango or something. You could say we celebrated in style. We did something extra special. We celebrated in style, or they celebrated in style. Hello Ruben, you've said, hi Anna, glad to see you again. Yesterday was my birthday. I think I'm going to be celebrating the whole week. Congratulations Ruben, happy birthday to you. Yes, the 20th of July each year is Friends Day in Argentina. It's a special day for friends. Excellent. Well, you're all here. As far as I'm concerned, you are all my friends. So happy Friends Day. A little belated, but happy Friends Day, and I'm so glad to be back and celebrating with you all. So let's go back to those notes. They celebrated in style. Then you might just say it's a celebration. So we sometimes use this version of the word, a celebration. We are having a celebration. We had a celebration. You always use a with celebration. We had a celebration. They're having a celebration. It was a wonderful celebration. There we go. I've already written that down. So in the UK, celebrations normally entail. Have you heard this word before? Entail means includes. So celebrations normally include, but entail is just a more sophisticated word, I guess. So entail is a good word to remember. Try to use that in the next couple of days if you're speaking or writing in English. Try to use the word entail. It's a good one. In the UK, celebrations normally entail a social gathering. A social gathering just means a group of friends coming together. It can also mean your family as well. A social gathering, a group of people coming together for the purpose of socializing, for having fun. Okay? So it usually entails a social gathering. Oh, I've just lost my notes. Well, there they are. Okay, let me get them back for you. It would entail music. It would entail dancing. Lots of food. We do like to eat over here, and also drink. Now, I know it's different in different countries, but over here we do have a culture for drinking when we're socializing. When I talk about drinking, I mean drinking alcohol. Alcohol is a big part of our social culture. Perhaps it's because most of us are quite shy or reserved as British people. We can be quite reserved, so we feel like having a drink means that we can relax and open up and have a fun time with our friends. So let's have a look at these things in more detail. Places. So where do we have these celebrations? We celebrate in our house, perhaps, and this is quite popular because the weather's not so great in the UK, and because it can be expensive to go out in the UK. As if you've ever visited the UK, you'll know, especially in London, it can be very expensive to eat out and drink out. So a lot of people have house parties or celebrations at home. So a home party would be called a house party. I'm having a house party. So when was the last time you went to a house party? I think for me, I went to a house party on Saturday, actually. I went to a christening, which is where you bless or give a name to a child in the Christian church. So when a child is born, you officially name them and bring them into, I don't know how to explain it, but you bring them into the spiritual world of God and the church and welcome them officially to the world. And so I attended a christening of a family member, and then afterwards there was a house party, and it was lots of food, and it was a really nice event. So when was the last time you attended a house party? Do let me know. That can also spill out, overflows. If too many people are in the house, it might also go out into the garden. So it would then be a garden party. We're having a garden party. Of course, in the UK, it very much depends on the weather, because our weather is unreliable at best. And although recently we've had some great weather, so there's been lots of garden parties, which can also include, and usually does include, a barbecue. We love a barbecue here in the UK. Any chance of sunshine, even if it's freezing cold, if the sun is out, the barbecue is usually out in the British garden. Okay, so Miriam says the last time I went to a house party was last month. Okay, I mean that was quite a long time ago now. What else do we have? Okay, lots of you chatting. I can't find the right comments. Okay, let me have a look, see what my patrons are saying. So I've got, Jay's just answering my question. On the 20th of July each year is Friends Day in Argentina. I think we've already seen that. Okay, cool. Let's carry on. So, if you don't have your party at home or in the garden, then you will most likely go to a pub. A pub is like a bar. It's somewhere where they serve alcohol. But in Britain, the bar is more often called a pub. A public house is what it's short for. But we never say a public house, we always just say pub. Are you coming to the pub? We're having a party at the local pub. And pubs also have a garden. Some pubs have a garden, and they would call them a beer garden. They have a beer garden. We're going to the pub, we'll be in the beer garden having beer or wine. Sometimes there will be a function room at the pub, so there'll be a special room especially for parties, and it's called a function room. Sometimes they'll have a function room in a restaurant as well. It's a room that they can keep private for private parties, so no members of the public can enter. So a function room. Sometimes if it's a big party, you might go to the local community centre. And if you have lots of money, and it's a big do, like, or a big party, sorry, like a wedding party, for example, you might hire a marquee. Now, a marquee, see how that's pronounced? Marquee, marquee. A marquee is one of those big tents that you have for outdoors. Huge. I went to one, I was in a marquee probably about a month ago for a wedding. I normally would see marquees at weddings. It tends to be the done thing. Although, with it being England, it's usually cold. Okay, let's carry on. Oh, we have 163 of you here. Fabulous. I hope you're all hitting that like button and liking my new little studio. I like it. Okay, so food. The food that we have when we're celebrating. You might hear the phrase a sit-down dinner. A sit-down dinner or a sit-down meal. Now, a sit-down dinner literally just means we all sit down and have a proper dinner. It's not the same. If I was going to the pub and we were all kind of standing around and some of us order a burger, and then we may take that burger and sit down and eat it at the table, that's not a sit-down dinner. A sit-down dinner is at a proper restaurant where everybody sits down and everyone is expected to order food. That's a sit-down dinner. A more formal occasion, a formal dinner. Okay, so not pub grub, I'll add that to the list. Pub grub is what I described earlier, when you just go to the pub, you see a menu, you feel a bit hungry and you say, do you know, I'm going to order some chips, or I might order a burger. Do you want a burger? Let's have a burger. Yeah, that's pub grub. So just the kind of food you find in a pub. It's not formal. So you might have pub grub. Oh, not pub grab, pub grub. Pub grub. And then a formal meal, like I said, is a sit-down dinner or meal. Yeah, or meal. If it's a more relaxed party, then there might be a buffet. A buffet. Buffet, not buffet. Buffet. Almost like it's spelt with an A-Y at the end. Buffet. Now, a buffet is just when a whole range of food is laid out on the table and you can just pick at the food that you want. So you might have some carrot sticks, you might have a little bit of pasta, you might have some bread rolls, there might be a chicken drumstick, there might be some cocktail sausages, some cheese, there might be some pate, lots of different foods for you to just pick at. You can go back and get more and go back and get more if you're hungry. So a buffet. A buffet. Do the English tip their waiters? Yes, if they feel their waiters have done a good job, but not. It's not obligatory. It's not compulsory. You're not obliged to tip. Not the same as in America. In America, it's kind of part of the culture that you must tip. But in the UK, you tip if you feel you received a good service, is how we do it. So, carrying on. You may also hear the phrase a 3-course meal, or it could be a 4-course meal, or a 5-course meal, or even a 6-course meal. Normally, it's a 3-course meal. It would be the starters, the main course, and the dessert. But in some cases, very, very posh restaurants might have more courses. You might have the fish dish, the soup, the main course, the palate cleaner, I don't know. But I remember when I was in Argentina, I sat down to a 7-course meal in Argentina, and I tell you, it was the best meal I have ever had in my entire life in Argentina, in Buenos Aires. Beautiful. So, a 3-course meal. You might also hear the phrase hors d'oeuvres. Hors d'oeuvres. Obviously, this is not an English word, but this is how we say it. Or, like O-R, hors d'oeuvres. Hors d'oeuvres. Hors d'oeuvres are hot. Are they hot? maybe they're not always hot, but they're little snacks that are brought around on a tray by a waiter or waitress. And you're talking, it's usually at weddings or quite formal, posh posh parties. And they bring around these snacks on a tray, normally like salmon and cream cheese or little, just something small. And you pop it in a vol au vent, some type of vol au vents, little puff pastry. And you just pop it in, it's just one mouthful of food. And you'll have lots of people coming around with the hors d'oeuvres. Okay, it's like a buffet on the move. All right, are you all with me so far? Is everything good? It's a French word. Yes, that makes sense. It sounds like a French word to me. So, yes, great. Okay, I hope you're all happy. I hope everything is good. Jay says, hi, I like your new background. The lights, the doll. The doll? The doll? You mean the teddy bear. Dolls, you scared me then. I thought there was a doll I didn't know about. Dolls are more human-like, but teddy bears are soft toys. And you like the cushions. They're all lovely. Thank you. Shouldn't it be pub grab with an A? No, it's pub grub. Grub is another word for food. So let me write it here. Grub equals food. Grub. What is the name of your teddy bear on the left-hand side? Does he like to party and does he speak English sometimes? Well, this is Benjamin. This is Benjamin. And yes, he is English, so he does speak English, Benjamin Bear. But he has also travelled a lot around the world. And this one is Bernard. Bernard. So we have Benjamin and Bernard. Okay, so, yes, they are teddy bears. A doll is more like a little person. Okay, too many distractions. Let me carry on. So, drinking. Now, like I said, in the UK, we like to drink alcohol, also known as booze. Booze is the informal way of describing alcohol. To booze, to have booze. Booze can be used as a verb as well. I'm boozing. Or you could say, I was on the booze last night, which means I drank alcohol last night. Let me write that down for you. I was on the booze last night, which equals I was drinking. Okay, so I was on the booze last night. So if you are not feeling very well and I say, what's the matter? You say, well, I was on the booze last night. And I'll go, oh, okay, now I understand. You're hungover. You're hungover, which is the feeling you get when you're not well after drinking. So, everyone's speaking French in the chat room. Lovely. Bon. Great. Okay, so let's carry on. So booze is the informal way of saying alcohol. We might just say, are you going to have a drink tonight? Now, if we are going out to a party, or to a club, or to the pub, and I say to you, are you having a drink tonight? What I mean is, are you having an alcoholic drink tonight? So are you having an alcoholic drink? Are you having a drink tonight? And you'll say, no, I'm driving. And then I'll understand that you can't drink alcohol, and instead I will offer you an orange juice or a cranberry juice or something. Okay? So, let's carry on. I've written here, just so you remember, have a drink. When we say have a drink, it means alcohol. Now, we normally celebrate in the UK with champagne. If we are really having something to celebrate, we will have a bottle of champagne ready to go on ice, or we'll have Prosecco. If we can't afford champagne, we'll have Prosecco, which is just as lovely. When I moved in here on our first night, we had a bottle of champagne. So we normally refer to it as bubbles or champers. Champers, but bubbles you might say, or just champagne. And if you're not drinking champers or you're not having bubbles, then you will instead have some form of soft drink, a soft drink. Okay, so other words that you might use when you're talking about a party or celebration are the following. you might say a knees up. We're having a knees up. Now, I love this phrase. So this just means party. All of these words mean party. But a knees up, it kind of just means like bringing your knees up. You're having a good time. You're dancing and your knees are coming up. So you're having a knees up. It's a lovely, a little bit old-fashioned, but still used. I still like it. A knees up. Okay? So there's a lovely phrase for you for a party. You might also say, we're having a boozy do. A boozy do. I think this might be Scottish. I've certainly used it. A do, I've used this a few times already in the lesson. I'm sorry if it confused you. But a do, we say a lot. A do. A do just means a party. It's strange because we also say a hairdo. It's when you have your hair done. If I have my hair tied up, we say, oh, I like your hairdo. And I'll say, thank you very much. I like the way your hair is. It's very strange. Okay, so a hairdo or to have a do is to have a party. Don't ask why. Just accept it. A do is a party. Okay, let's carry on. So a knees up or a boozy do, which is a do that involves a lot of alcohol, or just simply a do. Are you having a do? Yes, we're having a lovely do in the local pub. Of course, we can just say party. If it's a wedding party, you refer to it as a reception. A reception. Now, the thing is, with a wedding, it's quite confusing. The wedding party refers to the group of people invited to the wedding party. The group of people involved in the celebration of the wedding. They are the wedding party. And they have a wedding reception. La 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 la. That's why we don't call the party a party, because you'd say the wedding party attended the wedding party. It would be very confusing. So the wedding party, the group of people, attended the wedding reception. Da, da, da. I hope that makes sense. I hope it's not too confusing for you. Anyway, let's carry on. We also sometimes call a party a social. A social. Now, a social tends to refer to a party that's much more relaxed. So, for example, it might not even involve alcohol. On a Wednesday morning, sometimes, I don't always go, but sometimes I go to my local squash social. Squash is a racket sport, similar kind of to tennis, but it's indoors. Actually, it's not similar to tennis. It's a racket sport. It's indoors, and the same group of people get together on a Wednesday morning to hang out. We have coffee or tea, and we have cakes, and we play lots of sports together. And this is called the squash social. And there are lots of other types of socials, but they're normally much more relaxed and more regular. So they happen on a more regular basis. We also could talk about a party as a get-together. This tends to be a little more, it tends to be a little smaller, like a smaller group. We're having a little get-together. So I might say, what are you doing on your birthday? Are you doing anything special? And you might say, well, I'm having a little get-together with my friends, and we're going to go for a meal. Nothing too special. So a get-together. We're having a get-together. We had a get-together. If you haven't seen a group of people for a long time, then the party that you would have is called a reunion. A reunion. And so you might talk about the high school reunion or the college reunion or a university reunion. It's just when a group of people who were together for a long time get back together for a party, a reunion. A word that we don't use very often, but I really like it, is a soiree. This is quite posh, and it's what you would call a sophisticated house party. A sophisticated house party, a soiree. So you would dress up, there would be nice wine, there would potentially be games like charades or chess, or someone might play the piano and you might have a sing-song. It's a soiree, a soiree, like the old-fashioned house parties. And the last one on the list is a function. A function. Do you remember earlier I said that some pubs and restaurants have a function room? Well, a function room is where you have a function, but it tends to be more formal. If there is a function, it means that there is some sort of official party where invitations were sent out. So it could be a birthday, but it could also be a retirement party or a office Christmas party or I can't think of anything. A teacher's end of the year party or something like that. So a function, more official. Now, let me see what my patrons are saying. So Erica said, in a phrase, without further ado, should we write ado as one word or separately as two words? I would write it as you've written it, without further ado. Without further ado. And for those of you who don't know what without further ado means, it means without any more delay. So I would say, and without further ado, let me introduce the bride and groom. And what I mean is, I'm not going to delay anymore. I'm not going to keep talking. I'm just going to introduce. So without delay, let me introduce. Without further ado, let me introduce. Okay? So that's another good phrase. Thank you, Eric, for bringing that up. We're nearly finished. I said this would be a short lesson. Let me see if I can get to how much do we have? Okay, let's get through this quick. So, what you might say to someone, when you've done something fantastic, you might say, yes, we did it. Yes, I did it. You did it. It depends who you're talking to, of course, but you could say did it. So let's say that you complete a project and you're like, yes, I did it. When I finally got online, I was like, yes, I did it. I finally got online. Although I didn't do anything, but I was still happy about it. If you win a race, I might say, fantastic, you did it. You did it. Well done. So it's a statement of achievement. You did it. You could also say, we made it. You made it. Yes, he made it. This would tend to be used if there has been some sort of trial or tribulation. So maybe someone's doing a marathon and they're struggling. They've got an injury and they're really struggling to get over. And then finally they cross over the finish line and you'd be like, yes, you made it. Well done. And I might phone everyone and say, he made it across the finish line. He made it, which means he achieved it. He made it. Okay? Can you get closer to the microphone, please? Lots of you are struggling with the sound. Some of you aren't, but some of you are. So just do check the volume. There is a little volume button on the screen. So if you press the screen, then some options will come up, like quality of video, which is higher than it used to be, and volume. So I can't do anything really from here, but you could potentially put your volume up. I'm trying to organise the sound to make it better, so sorry, bear with me. Okay, let's carry on. So you did it, you made it. You might just exclaim, finally, finally. We finally got there. Oh, and there we go. We got there in the end. We got there in the end. That just means we've tried for so long. Finally, we achieved it. We got there in the end. So if you and I are trying to achieve something and it's been hard, we finally achieve it, I'll say, oh, well done. We got there in the end. It was tough, but we made it. We got there in the end. Okay? And then the next one is, I have been waiting for this day for such a long time. I have been waiting for this day for such a long time. Maybe you've had a baby and you're so excited. Today is the day. You're finally going to have your baby and you're like, oh, I've been waiting for this day for such a long time. Or maybe you're like, oh, I've not been waiting for this day. Now I'm going to have no sleep for the next 16 years. Okay, the next phrase you could use is, I can't believe it. Now, important to remember about this phrase, I can't believe it can be used in both positive and negative occasions. So you can use it in the positive to be like, wow, oh, I'm gobsmacked, I'm so amazed, I can't believe it. It doesn't mean that I don't believe it, it just means I'm amazed. Wow, I can't believe it. Or you could be horrified, and so it could be a negative thing. So you could be like, oh, I can't believe it. Like literally, I cannot believe it. So when you use it in the negative, it means that you are stunned and shocked in a bad way, that you never believed this would happen. I can't believe it. I can't believe what's just happened. But then in the positive, oh, I can't believe it. I'm so happy. It just means I'm gobsmacked. I'm astonished. I'm amazed. Okay. So let's get on the rest of it. I'm over the moon. Have you heard this one? I'm over the moon. It just means I'm happy. Capital I. Always use capital I when you're talking about yourself. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Yay! Okay, how to congratulate someone else. So if somebody else has done something fantastic, what do you say to them? And just before we go into this, let me have a quick look at what these guys are saying. Hello, patrons. Eric, did you make a video where you learned to speak Russian? I'd like very much to see you speak Russian. I did. In fact, I'm still waiting to finish the edits of a number of videos of me speaking different languages. They're sat in my edit suite with a number of other videos waiting to be edited. And over the next few weeks, hopefully I'll be able to catch up and get back on those and get them released soon. Can you explain the difference between in the end and at the end? In the end is based on time. So in the end, somebody won. In the end, it was all right. At the end tends to be more about location. So at the end of the street, at the end of the day. So we could talk about it in terms of actual time, at the end of the day. So at the end, it's kind of place and time. But in the end, it's confusing, isn't it? They're generally interchangeable. But at the end, you would use definitely for place. Okay? So put it at the end of the row, at the end of the street. Alrighty, let's carry on. So you're congratulating someone else. You'd say, well done, you deserve it. And you say you deserve it when someone has worked hard. So you wouldn't say to me now, I've just moved house, you wouldn't say, congratulations, you deserve it. Because I don't deserve a move in. It's not something I've worked hard for. So if I, however, achieve 50,000 subscribers here on YouTube, then you might say, congratulations, Anna, you deserve it, because you do lots of live lessons, you do lots of videos, you do lots of social media, you do lots of work, you work hard. So in return, you deserve lots of subscribers. Okay? So deserve should only be used when you're congratulating someone who's worked hard. Okay? And on that note, if you're not a subscriber, then please do press that subscribe button and that bell notification button so you don't miss any future lessons. Okay? So back on it. You deserve it when someone's worked hard. Well done. You just say well done in general when someone has achieved something. Well done. Well done. And that, it's important to remember when someone has achieved. When someone has achieved. Now, the word congratulations is used in general when something positive has happened. So, for me, I've moved house. This is a positive thing, but it's not an achievement. I haven't done anything. I've not achieved something. Something positive has happened. I've moved house, but I didn't really do anything. So you'd say to me, congratulations. That's the best thing. Congratulations on your house move. Congratulations for moving house. But you wouldn't say well done, because I haven't done anything. I haven't achieved anything. Okay? I hope that makes sense. So well done if they've achieved something. You deserve it if they've worked hard. And congratulations if something positive has happened. So you congratulate someone on getting pregnant, or congratulate them on a new job, or congratulate them if they've won the lottery. You might just say, wow, that's great news, or that's good news, or that's fantastic news. You might say, I'm glad to hear it, or I'm happy to hear it, or I'm pleased to hear it. You could say, I am happy for you. I'm happy for you. Okay, and just before I finish this lesson now, the last few phrases, these are simply phrases that you might say to someone at a party. You might say to them, hey, join in, have fun. Join in, have fun just means get involved. Get involved, have fun. Hey, join in, have fun. So if you're standing at the edge of the party, watching everyone, looking shy and miserable, you might go over and say, hey, join in, have fun. You could also say, let's get this party started. That's something you would say if the party hasn't really kicked off yet. So it could be that you're at the party and the music's playing, the buffet is open, people are eating, people are drinking, but no one's really having fun. So you jump in and say, let's get this party started, and you put on the best music and you start dancing like crazy and be like, come on guys, let's have fun. So let's get this party started. You might also say, you might give someone a drink and say, this will take the edge off. Or someone might be having a drink and saying, I'm just drinking this to take the edge off. This phrase, take the edge off, means to remove the tension. So if somebody is feeling tense, maybe they're stressed, or maybe they're quite shy, or maybe they're feeling unhappy or angry about something. Sometimes in our culture, if we have a drink of wine, then it makes us feel relaxed. Like I said earlier, it makes us feel relaxed, and we might just say, it takes the edge off. It takes the edge off the tension, the unhappiness, the anger, whatever it is we're feeling that is negative. We feel sometimes that alcohol takes the edge off and makes us feel more at ease. So, take the edge off. A good phrase to remember. We can also use take the edge off when we're talking about pain medication, for example. If we're taking ibuprofen because we've got a sore head or a bad knee or a bad back, you might take ibuprofen or paracetamol to take the edge off the pain. Okay, the word unwind, to unwind, is to relax. I need to unwind at the end of the day. We're having a party to unwind after a hard year of working. To unwind, to relax. And the final one is to let your hair down. Now, this can be used by anybody, even if you're bald. And to be bald means you have no hair. Even if you're bald, you can say, let your hair down. In fact, if someone is bald and you say to them, let your hair down, it's quite funny because they don't have any hair. To let your hair down is to relax, because you think about somebody having their hair tightly tied back and they let it down and it's like relaxing. To let your hair down. Okay? Alright guys, well that was our lesson. Although, yeah, those notes are done. Brilliant. So, thank you so much for joining me. I will now stay on and take a few questions for the next few minutes. Let me just close down my notes so I can see you guys. Hello. So if you have any questions and comments, then please throw them over to me now. Now is the time when I get to see it. And thank you very much, patrons, for joining me. Let me just see what you guys are saying before I leave. Could you please say in Russian, poka poka, stress on the last letter, which means bye-bye. I hope I said that right. Anna, sometimes you hit the mic or table. It makes me startle in my chair. I'm sorry. Thanks for a good lesson. I'll try and sort out the mic situation. I'm trying to make it better. Anna, I'm struggling with the pronunciation of the sound j, like edge, ginger, danger, change. Could you please help me? So we have j. So the tongue tip goes up on the roof of the mouth and you release it. J. So you have edge, ginger, danger, change. And you also asked for changed. I've changed my clothes. Damaged. It is damaged. Managed. There you go. I hope that helps you. For those of you wondering, my patrons, the people in this lovely little Skype room here, these are guys who support this entire community. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to do as much as I do for you. So I give them a huge thank you. Thank you, patrons. They support on a regular basis. So they make monthly donations to help the growth of this channel and to help me continue doing what I'm doing. If you are interested in becoming a patron, then there are rewards, including being in the Skype group, so you get all your questions answered. There are also additional rewards, including sometimes Skype calls, access to all of my videos early, having all your messages answered. So if you're interested, there is a link in the description box below. We're always welcome. We always welcome with open arms new patrons and supporters of the channel, because as you can see, I need more equipment, like a new microphone and eventually a new camera for this streaming would be good. But if it wasn't for my patrons, I wouldn't have this internet right now, which is allowing me to stream at a higher quality. So those of you who supported me up to now, amazing job. This is what your support has achieved. So thank you. Okay, so what are you guys now saying in the chat room on YouTube? Let me say hello. Hello, Bella. For those of you who don't know, I've just started a children's channel. So if you have any very young children and you would like them to learn English, then perhaps check out Bella and Beans TV. Bella and Beans TV, where I've just released my first video aimed at children singing a lovely little song called I Love My Mum and Dad. So do go and check that out. We need views and we need subscribers. Okay, can you guys drink on the streets, says Ronnie. In the UK, can we drink on the streets? People do, but I don't think we're allowed to, but it's not strict. I think you have to have the alcohol covered up, but I've never seen anyone stopped. I think as long as you're behaving yourself, it's fine. Yeah. I think it's quite a strict rule in America. Americans among you, please do let me know if I'm wrong, but I don't think you're allowed to drink on the streets in America, and perhaps it's more strict over there. Anna, is this your first live lesson after the move? No, I did a live lesson last week in the backseat of my car from my phone, and it was a disaster. But thank goodness it's all over now. I don't know why I did this. Are there any British accents that you have trouble understanding, Anna, says Harrison. I can have trouble understanding any accent if it's really strong. So I think the most important thing, no matter what accent you have, is that you're clear and that people can understand you. I don't think that any accent is bad. I just think that some people don't speak clearly enough. And so as long as you're clearly spoken, then it's absolutely fine. But I guess some Scottish accents can be very, very strong. Some Irish accents and some Geordies, actually, I found difficult to understand. Just wherever the accent is very strong, I sometimes have difficulty. What what does it mean, spot? Spot can mean a number of different things. A spot can be like a dot, like these, like spots. A spot on the wall, or a spot can be a sore, a pimple that comes up when you have dirt stuck in your pores. So you get a spot on your skin. You can spot something, which means you suddenly see something. Ah, I've just spotted a white car. To spot something. Okay, I hope that helps. Hello, where did you move? I'm still in Greater London, in a town called Surbiton. I just moved onto the other side of town. What is Fiat Panda? A Fiat Panda is a type of car. A Fiat is the make and the Panda is the type. So a Fiat Panda. Fabian Dreco, I love your British accent. Thank you so much. Hello in Mexico. How different is the sound j and g when they're in a word? It depends where they are in the word. J at the beginning, jam. G at the beginning, obviously completely different because j is at the front of the mouth with the tip of the tongue. J, joke, just, jam. G is the back of the tongue. G, released. If it's the beginning of a word, good, gone, go. But if g is after an n, it becomes sing, going. See? Do you learn a second language? I was learning Spanish for quite a while, but at this very moment in time, no, I'm not learning a second language. I'm still trying to catch up with all my English stuff and everything else I do on YouTube, because I have 4 channels now. What else are you asking me? Thank you so much for your time. You're welcome. Where are you usually celebrating, Anna? I normally celebrate in my home. I don't have much time for going out, so I normally just celebrate at home with a nice meal and a bottle of wine. Will you be making an accent on the Geordie accent in future? Of course. And in fact, I've got a couple of people booked in to do accent work with me in a few weeks. So there'll be more accent videos coming your way soon. What is the best way to pronounce as a native speaker? And what is the best accent to learn? Well, I wouldn't say there is a best accent. I think just generally being clear, like I said. So you can learn American English or British English. It's completely up to you, as long as you can be understood by most people. And the best way to speak like a native is to listen to lots of natives, to mimic, to repeat natives. That's the best way. How do you pronounce nebula? Nebula. Nebula. Hello from Spain. Hola. What are the books that you've read recently? I read one recently. I can't remember what it was called. It was like One Last Day or something like that. I can't remember. My brain is like mush from the move. My brain is just all over the place. Okay, last few questions and then I'm gonna have to go. Shall I see how many likes we've got before I do? 144 likes. Thanks, guys. You guys are awesome. You're amazing. All right. Hi, I'm Daniel from Brazil and I've been living in Ireland. Would you say that the Brazilian accent is generally hard to be understood? I'm trying to lose it. Daniel, I think like with any accent, sometimes the accent, the person speaking can be hard to understand and other times not. It depends on you. It wouldn't be the accent as such, it's how strong your accent is. But in Ireland, they have a very strong accent as well, so there might be difficulty there. So maybe, I don't know, how many people ask you to repeat yourself? That's always a good way to measure it. I've just joined in, and it seems like you've settled down in your new home and solved all your problems of moving house and connection. Yes, I have. Thank you very much. How do I pronounce I am so exhilarated? I am so exhilarated. Exhilarated. Okay. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much. I'm sorry if I didn't get around to answering your comments. There's always just so many. I never managed to see all of them. I will endeavour to be live again tomorrow morning. It will be later in the morning. It'll probably be around 10:30. But I hope that you will join me. I have no idea yet what the lesson will be, but I'm going to try to make up to you everything. Well, not everything because I don't have time, but I'm going to try and make up all the missed lessons. I know I've been quite absent. Please do come and join me on Instagram if you haven't already. Please do press subscribe if you haven't already. And if you think this lesson would be useful for anyone that you know, for any of your friends, then I would love, 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 love if you would share this video on your social media platforms. Help me get to 50,000 subscribers. I'm so close. I'd love your help. All right. Thank you to my patrons. Goodbye, guys. Take care. I'm waving at the screen, but you can't see me. Now you can see me. Goodbye. Thank you for joining me. Thank you to everyone on YouTube who has joined me here. I'll see you tomorrow, 10:30. Bye from Benjamin. Bye from Bernard. Lots of love from London. Take care. Ciao. Adios. Auf Wiedersehen. A bientôt. Dobre dnia. Bye bye.